All right, so I'm not going to share a whole lot. I'm going to save it for this week, but my name is Brooke Simpson. I've been a pastor at Grace Community Church in North Liberty, Iowa. That's right outside of Iowa City. I became a Christian in 1988. That's when I first experienced the Wonder Book. My wife invited me to Grace Community Church, which is where I pastor now. So that was 1988. I met the theme, the person, the inspiration of the Wonder Book, Jesus Christ. I became a Christian in 1988, was baptized in 89, got married that same year, finished college. Long story short, ended up being the preaching pastor, and I've been on staff since 1997. I am currently the lead pastor at Grace Community Church. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I'm not sure, we have a couple different families from Grace Community Church, and they're thinking, dang it, I signed up for session 5, and now I have to listen to something I've already heard. So if you're from Grace, my apologies. Hopefully this won't bore you. We are going to spend 5 sessions looking at the prophet Jonah. Now, what's the book of Jonah about? Wrong. I was just waiting for it. The whale gets 3 verses. That's it. That's it. The book of Jonah is about the mercy of God. There is a whale. Well, I'm not sure if it's a whale. It's a giant aquatic animal. It doesn't technically say that it's a whale. But what we see in the book of Jonah is a man, Jonah, a prophet of God, an Israelite, someone who is called to declare the wonders of God from this book. And he says, no, I'm not going to do it. So we're going to take a look at the worst prophet in the history of Israel. And then we are going to contrast or compare, depending on how you look at it, this prophet and the church in the United States of America. Because I attest to you that I believe the church in the United States of America suffers from what I call the Jonah Syndrome. The Jonah Syndrome, briefly, is this. I've got the Wonder Book, and I don't give a rip about any of my pagan Ninevite neighbors who don't have the Wonder Book. And in fact, I hope God judges them because they're awful people. There you have it, the church in the United States of America. Not a pretty picture. So we're going to contrast what we see in the person of Jonah, and unfortunately we see in the church in the United States of America, with the God of mercy who gave us the Wonder Book and expects us to share the wonder of God's gospel with all people. All people. So I hope you're ready to open up the Word of God, and I am looking forward to studying it with you. So thank you for having me, and we'll see you tomorrow.